It's been a while. It's been a long while. Haven't really had any more stories or anything. The stories that are left are personal, more or less. Today's topic, it's weird. Have you ever felt that God intervenes or in one way or another changes the outcome of your story, of your life? Well, everybody knows the struggles and the depressions and everything that I've done in life. About a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, I was on top of my world. Not gonna say with money and all that, but I was on top of my world. But when you feel that you're on top of the world, you kind of forget about Jesus Christ, and you begin to fall in all those open cracks. And God always intervenes, even though we ask Him politely, and we ask Him to intervene because that's the best for us. We don't always want it. We don't mean it hardcore, but we do want that change in life. Well, I had crashed my car 3 times. Not once, not twice. 3 times in about 2 months. At work, I was depressed. I was with an attitude. I work with customer service and stuff like that, so it's very important to be polite and to have an open mind, because the devil works in mysterious ways. And I was fucking up. I was partying with a lot of girls. I was doing bad stuff that a lot of people know. And my boss and everybody told me, hey, something changed inside of you. We've been getting complaints that you're having a bad attitude. You're grouchy. You're demanding and stuff like that, and that's not right. And I was dating a person that made me happy, and I thought, like I said, I was on top of my world, and God mysteriously, one way or another, takes them away from your life. Well, this story starts when I went to Mexico, and I started talking back to Mavi and my daughter, and we ended up going on vacation, which is our first trip. We ended up going through the journey of going to Jalisco, and 3 things happened. That same car that I crashed, it threw out the transmission. I prayed and I asked God to bless us and intervene so we could make it to or hit it. And God did. He provided. And we ended up going to walk at Talpa. And can't say it was the best outcome because I was hurt. My daughter and me, I guess we reacted a little selfishly with one another, and I forgive her, and hopefully she forgives me. Eventually she's gonna hear these tapes and she's gonna understand. A lot of people don't understand what's been happening in the last years of my life. See, I was very close to my Uncle Jojo. I was real close to my grandma. I was real close to a lot of family members, and to my mom, and one after another, they've been passing away. Now Berta and my tío Carmelo, and on and on and on and on and on. And having a big family sometimes is hard because you get to see all the deaths, and they come in bundles. They don't come one by one. They come 2, 3, 4 at a time. So I've been having like about 4 or 5 deaths in my family. Well, coming back to the story that I'm trying to say, that I was asking God, even though I was on top of my world, but I knew I was fucking up. I knew that something was I was headed to a wrong path. I started dreaming, and I started having thoughts and dreams and stuff like that. I started seeing dead people. I started talking a lot to dead people, and I would cry, and I would be all like, how can I explain it? Not scared. I was determined to speak, and I was determined to come out of my way, you know. And at the same time, work. And days by days, I was losing family members and people to talk to and people to hang around with. And like I said, I started being grouchy and having a bad attitude. Well, that attitude catches up. I came from my first vacation from Mexico. Instead of helping myself, I guess I fell into a deeper place because my daughter, she's changing a lot. She's having her attitude, her ways, and we're not mixing in. And because I haven't been around my daughter no more, been already like 3-4 years now, and I don't have nothing in common with her. I don't know how to communicate with her. I don't know how to explain to her that life's short, and I'm in health. I'm in good health, so I take care of myself. But I have my suegra always getting sick, and I have Mavi always getting sick. I don't know if it gets to me, into the head, and depresses me and gives me anxiety and gives me hate and anger. But at the same time, I like to do things. I used to like doing things and drinking a lot. So I was getting out of hand. That person that I was seeing, she was telling me, "Hey, you're drinking a lot." I even started arguing with her, and I told her, "Hey, you know, we're gonna have to cool it off because it was a nice thing while it lasted, but I can't allow this, you know." So she kind of got hurt, and she says, "Well, you're gonna miss me." I know I'm gonna miss you. I know things are gonna change, but I gotta do a change in my life. And before it was for my daughter. Now I'm doing it for me. So I stopped seeing her, and as soon as I stopped seeing her, my world crumbled because I didn't have that person to hug, to kiss, to be around, to let my frustration out. You know what I mean? So I started speaking to dead people, and I started communicating with them and thinking that I could talk to them. You know, it's a story that I've always been able to talk to my dreams and make my dreams my way. I'm a sleepwalker, and story to story, I'm good in my dreams. I'm like the dream creeper that I can communicate, you know? I used to have fears, and I used to be afraid, and I learned to overcome them, and you know what I mean? And I learned how to conquer them and make them my way and everything. And I've always talked to dead people just before they pass away. And I don't know what it is. Well, there was a day that I cried to my brother Danny, and I told him I wanted to change, you know. And he kept telling me that I had to start changing. Like I said, my boss and several people were telling me that I was being too confronting everybody, and too aggressive, and too demanding and too violent. You know what I mean? And like I said, I crashed my car 3 times, like in 2 months, and I didn't go to jail, and I didn't pay the price. Well, I say that God works in mysterious ways. He took away my addictions, and He took away my sorrow and my hate and my anger. When I gave it up to God, I told God, you know what? I don't want to die, and I don't want to die in front of my brother and to see me dead right here. And I told Him, take it away from me, and He took it away from me. Well, the story that I'm trying to tell you is about a month ago, I met a new person from the Mexican cartel, the New Generation, and tried selling me a car. I see something fishy and everything. I kept the car and everything, but I ended up losing like $500-$600, you know. And he still tried calling me and tried giving me the money and tried offering me addiction. And I was in need of a friend. I was in need of somebody to talk to and someone to, I guess, help me get my addiction back, you know. Well, God works in mysterious ways, and God intervenes, and God makes us understand one way or another. I could have reacted violently and aggressively and whatever, but I knew that God intervened, and God not tempt me, but God told me what you're gonna do about it. And I told God, I learned my lesson. Take him away from me before I enjoy being around him. Take him away from me before I get addicted and don't follow through with my promises to God. And little by little, God takes the foot off the pedal and allows you to do mistakes. And sometimes we take advantage and think that we could go back like that and nothing's gonna happen. Well, I had a dream, and in that dream I lost a lot. I was crumbling and with this depression that I'm going through with Bertha and everything, and I haven't been feeling excited or motivated in life lately. And I do really miss Bertha, and I asked Mavi and to allow me to get my train back, you know, my thoughts, my life back. And I'm gonna walk away for a little bit because my daughter, Mavi, I know they got upset because one of my family members didn't allow us to go as a family to give our last respects to Bertha. I forgave her, and I told her that I love her, and there's nothing in this world that I wouldn't do for her. I just need some time to cope and to get myself back in order, you know. And the same thing I told my daughter and I told Mavi. I'm not abandoning you guys. I'm not running away from my problems. I just need to resolve what I'm going through. Well, mysteriously, God touches you in your heart and tests you and tells you, okay, I put it in your hands. So what do you want? I'm giving you a deja vu. I'm giving you a reality. I could tell you, yeah, you're going to have fun. You're going to come back to what you're doing. But everything that you asked, I gave. everything that you promised, I learned to accept that you can't fully comply. You asked, you wanted this and this and that, and you didn't want your world spiraling under control and going to waste. I'm giving you the opportunity. And I walked away from something that I really enjoyed and someone that I could have had as a friend and could have got my money back. But I would have been poised or committed to coming back to, I asked one of my family members that there was a way we could make a lot of money real fast. And I know I could. But then I remember the promises that I made about 28 years ago and 20 years ago and 10 years ago and a day ago. And I asked God to give me the opportunity to be normal, to give me the opportunity to be free, to never be afraid, to not lose my my dignity, my spiritual, my conscience, my my freedom. And God said, at any time you could lose everything like that. And I told him I don't want it. And I learned how to work, how to provide for myself, and accept what I got. I might not have a new car. I might not have all the money that everybody has. I might not have the best things. But I learned to accept what God provided for me and what is reasonable. And I learned that life is not fair. That we do have a choice. See, easy money, easy go away. You work hard for it and it costs you and you respect it and you appreciate it. And I asked God, you've given me everything I wanted in life. My family, my daughter, and you're giving me all the love and all the attention. And you're giving me all the persons around me to hear me and guide me and to tell me and to encourage me to fight the fight. And at times I've broken down and I failed you, Jesus, And I thank God that He allowed me to have a deja vu and to have my thoughts come to me and walk away from that problem. Continuing my story, I've learned that God always protects us and God always is there for us. And at the moment, we feel alone and we feel desperate. And so, God, I guess it's like your conscience. It's something that pulls you and calls you and makes you aware of that you're going to be making a horrible mistake. And are you ready to accept what's coming towards you? And you feel that excitement and you feel that it's like the Holy Ghost, the Spirit that God allows you to be afraid and to have the strength to grow up and let go of all that frustration or anger or anxiety or that need of to get yourself in a jam, He gives you that opportunity to repent before you do your mistakes. Puts people in front of you. He takes people away from you. And He reminds you, without Him, how horrible it could be. And He allows you to do your way. allows you to make the mistakes. He don't stop you. He don't encourage you, but he don't stop you. But he puts very things to put his point across that it could be worse. And that's like a deja vu. I was afraid to lose $600. I could have got violent and mad and aggressive and everything. But the path that I was going to go through, $600 is peanuts. $600 to pay to not do that mistake. It's like Jesus Christ allowed you to open your eyes and gave you that opportunity to see the outcome before it happened. And you get to choose. You give it to God. And God multiplies it and triplies it, and He does whatever He does. When you go against the current and fuck up your life and hate yourself, and not even God will help you get out of that hole until you learn and you change and you go through a lot of not a hate, a lot of problems. And you say, God, why'd you allow me? And God tells you, I gave you your conscience. I gave you the opportunity. I put several things to remind you of your promises. And sometimes we're too obnoxious, too dumb, that we don't see our surroundings. We don't appreciate how God's helping us and God's protecting us, and He put boundaries and He tells you, caution, don't pass. Wrong way. Puts several persons in front of you. The devil tests you in mysterious ways and breaks you and makes you feel that it's the end of the world. And you need to do it. I tell a family member, I told them today, well, that day after, I told you, money doesn't help you. Because whatever money you get, easy money that you didn't work for, you're just going to throw it away. And no te va a rendir. I got to provide what you're missing, what you need, what you want. You could blame everybody. Blame yourself. You can blame God. You can blame that no one wants to help you. A simple advice helps you more. A simple memory, a simple conscience thought rejoices you and allows you to learn. I told the person in Uncle Miguel, told him, look, everybody helps you. We shall hate you. You never did for us. And what you think that you did for us, you fucked up our lives. But we never abandoned you. We encouraged you and we were supporting you and everything. When I owned my business, I told Bertha to help my uncle with some money and everything, and to never let him know that I was providing, I was helping, because I was always afraid that he'll ask for more, he'll want more, he'll demand from me, and I didn't want that. I kept away from him for one reason. I loved him as a dad. I loved him as an uncle. I loved him. And I would have followed through his steps, but God took him away from me. Took my Uncle Joe, took my family, my tias, everybody. He took everybody away from me in order for I could learn. And I did. I got stabbed, and within my stab, and all my aunts getting and cousins and everybody getting busted at one time. I've learned what God intended for me. So, I just want to remind everybody that money and your weight doesn't always give you what you're looking for. Sometimes we need our conscience or someone to show us. It's got to be a special person. Well, I'm happy and I'm grateful that it's been about 2 months that my Aunt Bertha passed away. Tomorrow marks 3 months. And all that sorrow and all that disappointment, the depression, the stress, it's going away. I've been drinking a lot for the last 3 months. I've been crying and feeling lonely and no one to talk to or anything. I stopped doing my videos and I wasn't encouraged no more, and I was feeling disappointment and hurt. Why does God put somebody in our lives that is always going to guide us and be there for us, and then takes it away from us? But it's God that working in mysterious way, things that we're growing up, and we need to start changing within ourselves. Like I said, the devil tempts us and allows us to think dumb things and evil thoughts. And well, I'm happy that I walked away before and got get that evil, that devil away from me. I would have been spiraling under control right now. He gave me what I wanted, what I desired, and I walked away from it. I'm super proud. I'm amazed that I had the strength, I had the ability, and the mind control to not let me go into that trap. A lot of people could think that I messed up, and I do feel embarrassed, but I don't, because I didn't want so he sold me a Chevy Trailblazer of 2010, and the car's worth for at least $4,000, $5,000, and I could have kept it. I could have kept it, and I could have made his life miserable. But something was wrong. Some forces were just telling me that something's wrong, and that person and everything was wrong. So I gave him back the car, and then he sold it to another person, and he tried robbing him. It's like if Chamuco, I got him in my house, and I would have had him there, constantly tempting me. And I got rid of that problem. And I forgave him, and I told him, hey, you can keep it. I don't want nothing. He called me, and I blocked him. And I told him, no, keep it. It was my dumbass that got myself in a jam, and it's my opportunity to put things straight and follow through with. I I promise God. And thank you, Jesus, for blessing me, for allowing me, and for intervening, and allowing me to see the future before it happened. And sometimes I've heard it through a lot of ways. You don't want to see somebody lend them money and you'll never, ever come through again. That's how I got rid of my other problem 2-3 years ago. With money. I think it was like $500 that I lost right there. But I got rid of it. I got rid of it. But thank God that it only cost me $500 that time. It only cost me about $600 this time. Well, that's the story that I got so far. I'll continue talking about it today.